This episode is all about my biking in Poland. Biking is becoming popular in Poland. Newly built cycling lanes in the cities, forest trails, and riverbank roads attract thousands of tourists every year. Unlike Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, I was able to find biking routes on the Google map, which were not exactly accurate but still a big help. As soon as I entered Poland from Lithuania, I could see a visible difference in the contour. This country is not as flat as the 3 countries that I already visited, but the slopes are not that challenging. Funny thing that I didn't know Poland has a different currency. When I saw currency exchange point one after another on the border, I realized the need of getting some Polish zloty. So I converted almost 50 euros to Polish zloty, which were enough for me throughout the tour. That tells you how inexpensive this country is. My first stay was near a lake in Augustów, where I got a very well located and cozy room for just under 15 euros. Plus I could use the kitchen as well. The only problem was that none of the people was speaking English, so we just communicated in sign language, which again is a fun activity. Poland is a big country, so each day I biked around 150 kilometers on average, with one day even reaching up to 180 kilometers. On the way I reached 1000 kilometer mark as well. For me, it's necessary to have these little milestones during a bigger adventure. They keep me motivated and on track for the ultimate target, which in this case was reaching Amsterdam on my birthday. Doing 150 km a day is not possible without good energy, so I cooked my food using my stove that I had already packed with my luggage. The next day was in a village about 34 kilometers away from Białystok. Lovely host, I must say. They didn't speak a word of English, yet we managed to talk all about our lives, our home countries, our food, how they two met, why they host people, and how their life is going in general. All thanks to Google Translator. No doubt, when there is a will, there is a way.
34 lata temu i wesele było zrobione w stodole na podwórku. Takie duże pomieszczenie. Było bardzo dużo ludzi, mąż jak mnie poznał, to oniemiał i już z nikim innym nie chciał tańczyć, tylko ze mną.
His sister had a wedding and I was invited to this wedding with my family 34 years ago, and the wedding was done in the barn in the yard. A large room was very many people. And my husband did not know when he did not know me, and he did not want anyone else to only dance with me.
Wow. good choice. Good.
I was a bit skeptical coming here, but it turned out to be an awesome stay. Just like other countries, I took the roads that pass through small villages and towns.
So I'm looking for a road which is better for cycling. One option is this, other option is this. This option will lead me to motorway or the main highway in few kilometers, and this I don't know about it. So let's see.
Most of the time it was only me biking on the road for hours. Beautiful roads with fruit trees on both sides,
It's very
giving me
beautiful
company.
place to ride a bike. Only problem is that it's very windy, and wind is from the front side. And there's wheat crop, and there are orchards. Feels quite nostalgic. Feels like my village in Pakistan. It's nice.
Small and off-road roads come with the trouble of their own. I lost the way quite many times, especially in forest. You don't really know where you're going. It was further made difficult with the recent rain. I remember one time when I took the road and it turned out to be a muddy road. My car got all stuck and jammed in the mud. I had to push my bike for a few kilometers before I could go to the main road. That was a bit of hard work. Talking about rain, Poland was no different.
It's windy and rainy, not just rain. And it's terrible.
face some serious showers, but that's not something that bothers me. I love biking in rain as long as all my luggage is safe. It's fun to get wet a little sometimes.
Mazowiecka in Poland. This bike here.
My next host was a lovely vegan family. I'm mentioning vegan specifically because of a funny thing that happened. So one of my friends was helping me with my couchsurfing request, and she often used to reply on my behalf. She forgot to mention that this family is vegan. When I got there, they said that they have made this dish, and I asked if it was vegetarian. And they were like, dude, we talked on messages that we're vegan. Quite embarrassing for me, but nonetheless, they were a lovely host. We visited around the city a bit and shared some interesting stories. They were also planning to leave for world tour in the next few months. And their vegan products were imported from Pakistan, something that made me feel very proud. On my way to my next town, my speedometer told that I have reached 100 hours on my bike since the start of this tour, which was pretty amazing. Only 9,900 hours to go before I could call myself an expert in biking. Well, that's the saying anyway. So in these 100 hours, I completed 1,600 kilometers on bike from Estonia till Poland.
55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and that's 100 hours on bike.
My next host in this tour in Poland was a doctor. We cooked food together and I had a good rest after such a long day.
Nice person.
Thank you, thanks a lot.
One of my stays during the tour was in the capital Warsaw, a city which is on its way to become one of booming capitals. But for me it holds a different significance. A series of events happened which led me to meet an incredible person who later became one of my friends for life and holds a special place in my heart. I might make a separate video about that later. Overall, my biking experience in Poland was very pleasant. Biking here is fun as long as you stay away from cities. Well, that's my personal preference. People are kind and friendly. They don't really speak English, but you can still communicate with each other.
You are in the camera. YouTube, no. Do some style, you know.
I know.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Good luck, man.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah.
Respect, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Hello.
All right.
Hello.
Bye. Ciao.
Terrain is slightly slopey, not very slopey though, and is no problem biking at all. And country is not expensive in terms of food and accommodation. In short, Poland should be on your list if you have one. And that's the story about my biking in Poland. The next would be Germany and then the final country. But not final, then there will be two more countries, Netherlands and Holland. See you soon.